Okay, so it looks like we're meeting up with Slava again, and we're gonna see what we can find out about her. Seems like there might be something up with her, but we're not sure yet. So, Slava, take it away.
Dr. Galen, I'm so glad to see you again. Do you have any news about Lev?
I got some information, yes. I've also heard some things that were apparently public knowledge that you forgot to mention. Oh.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's getting too accusatory again. I hate when he does this.
He definitely has a mind of his own. We cannot control him.
You haven't been honest with me, Slava. We need to be open about this. That is... All we heard was that the last few times he went missing, she wasn't too concerned.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that she was dishonest. Although I was Now we're gonna choose to be compassionate?
You know, the protagonist in Cinders, she did this too. She kind of like...
She kind of did at some times.
She kind of did this too. Okay, so what do we think? What should
So we got
do?
a first decision. And Bohunt, so far you're the only one I see chatting, so you kind of have like 100% control. There are more people watching though, it says according to this. I guess we'll see. But essentially you have control over what we decide at this point. If we choose to be compassionate, firm with her, or just make some lighthearted flippant remark. To be honest, I'm not sure what the best course of action is. I was kind of leaning towards compassionate myself.
Yeah, but then we're so like wishy-washy.
But we had already just accused her outright before we even got this choice, so I don't know what to do.
Maybe he's gonna be like, you haven't been honest with me. We need to be open about this. I understand how hard it can be, but you need
Hello, 1911 Odyssey, and he votes for compassion.
Hello.
Hope you're having a good night.
All right.
Yeah, I'm favoring compassion as well.
Demand.
Oh, you know, because there's 3 choices, it could be like people pick different ones, and then we just have to kind of like guess which one.
Lighthearted.
That would be the best. So, oh yes, this is gonna be awesome. Haven't watched any of the other parts yet, so yeah.
That's okay, you can still pick something.
Yeah, at this point in the game, this person's missing, and it's the husband of this woman. And we're trying to figure out exactly where he's gone. It seems like she might not have been completely honest with us, but we don't really know too much about it yet, so we're trying to figure out stuff from her. Got another vote for compassion. Alright, before anyone tips it in another balance, I'm gonna go with compassion. Otherwise we'll be at this all day. Let's see. I agreed to look for Lev, but I can't do it if you hide important information. Please understand. If I'm gonna help you, you must help me first.
Gods, I know it may look like I'm hiding something, but I've told you everything I know. People in this place lie to gain things, or just because they can.
Yeah, I could already assumed as much.
But this is about Lev. I've nothing to gain from keeping secrets.
Do you? It's odd because someone else mentioned that she wasn't having a really good relationship with her husband, and now she's really concerned about him, so I don't know. Then again, that person could have been lying.
And
I see.
Like, even if they're like bickering, oh sorry.
Yeah, go on.
Even if they're like a bickering couple, so they might not seem like they like each other, but like you don't want them to be missing.
That makes sense,
Just because
yeah.
they like bicker or whatever.
That's
doesn't
true.
Necessarily mean that.
I see. So it's a lie that this is the first time you've been so concerned about Lev's disappearance. Well, she didn't say that. We're putting a lot of words in her mouth. I've heard it's never bothered you before. People were quite surprised by how upset you were today.
Why are you asking me this? Are you investigating Lev's disappearance or my emotional well-being?
Well, both. They kind of go hand in hand.
I can't believe it. I thought you were a reasonable man. I thought you knew the difference between fact and ugly rumor.
I like her pulling at her head
I know.
animation. Just, woe is me.
I expected more of you.
Oh. Wow, you just knew us for like a few days at most. And we only had 2 interactions. And we did choose the compassionate thing, but it seems like it doesn't matter. Your emotional well-being seems to be an important factor here. I'm sorry, but I have to ask. Is it true that you weren't concerned about Lev's vanishing ex because your marriage is basically a lie?
Basically a lie?
Wow. Or was it because you knew where he was?
You're right, there's no use in hiding it.
Ah, we are getting somewhere now.
Our marriage is over. It's been over for years. He isn't the man I fell in love with anymore. He's empty now.
Well, yeah, it does make sense. He has kind of lost his mind.
There's nothing left in him but this madness, his insane hunt, and the pain it causes.
Yes. I know your past, Slava. You came here with Lev for the very thing that causes madness. You both wanted to find the treasure. And you've never, like, really told us what you think the treasure is. We know that he's just insane about it, but she's never really mentioned too much about it. You don't have to be afraid of me. I can imagine how hard it must have been for you, watching Lev break, seeing him slowly unravel.
You have no idea.
Well, we kind of saw him once or twice, and he was rather insane. But you have coped admirably. You refused to give up and looked after the both of you.
You speak of things you don't understand.
Hey, we're complimenting you. Then help me understand. There's something else to it, right? One needs a compact to stay in the city, so you signed one. Is she gonna tell us what it is? She might. She is rather emotional. With Istvan.
How do you...
Oh! I don't think that we actually knew that. I think we kind of tricked her there. Did we?
I don't know.
It wasn't very difficult to find out, to be honest.
No, everyone has one, so we knew.
But is it always with Istvan? I guess. He's like kind of the head of it all. What was the compact about? What did Istvan make you do, Slava?
You are getting too deep into these things, newcomer.
Whoa!
Nobody wants to talk about their compact. Haven't you heard?
Apparently I'm great at digging. I had no idea I had it in me. You can either tell me in your own words, or wait until I find out from someone else. It'll happen sooner or later. Wow, we're being very bold about this.
I know, jeez. I guess you're right. Alright, I had to make a tough bargain with Istvan. He was still the head of the bank then, the all-powerful ruler who could do as he pleased. We were useless to him. I had to find a way to make us useful. I had to become his tool.
His tool? I don't like the way that sounds. Well, in that case, what'd he make you do?
I agreed to something. Something the previous innkeeper wouldn't. I raised the stakes, just as Istvan wanted. I became more valuable. That man lost the inn, and I took his place.
Alright, so, yeah, this is kind of being more forthright with what I thought. The other innkeeper wouldn't do something for Istvan, and he basically just had him or her replaced. Because she would do it. So he was almost certainly killed off by the sound of that.
Maybe he was just thrown out into the cold without a coat.
Maybe. But then, that's pretty much as good as dead in this area, isn't it? I see. And what was that? What is your task?
You're a bright boy, Doctor, but that I really can't reveal.
Oh. Are we still playing this game?
You don't understand. It's part of my compact. I can't speak about its contents. If I do...
Well, this is kind of silly. You kind of hint around it, but you can't just say it outright. I mean, haven't you already broken as much by telling us that? I mean, you might as well just go all the way. You either trust us or you don't.
What if you write it down?
Write it down. That sounds like a brilliant loophole. Yes?
I won't be useful anymore. I will become dispensable. You know what happened to my predecessor when he became dispensable?
I could guess.
He vanished.
Yeah, it sounds like the common thing that happens around here. As did the last doctor, apparently. So I've heard.
Istvan can be dangerous, Doctor. You should always remember that.
Yeah, it's quite a dark story. Almost like a soap opera. People in this town go missing, and I think we can all assume what that means. Alright, I could ask you more, but I have a feeling you won't tell me anything new. You're stubborn, Slava. You know that? Stubborn old gal.
I'm the innkeeper in the City of Secrets and Lies. Speaking too much goes against my trade.
This is like King's Landing, pretty much.
The music kind of reminds me of it.
It almost did there, didn't it?
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. I also believe that if you remember anything important, you'll tell me without my asking. I would hope. I may not know you well, but I can usually tell when people are lying to me. You've told me all that you could. Yeah, going to Constance first sounds like it was definitely the right thing then.
Yeah.
Because we did have information to confront with her with, so that was useful.
Thank you for your understanding, Doctor.
I don't remember who said that. It might have been Sydney last night. But I can't recall. Someone suggested that. It was definitely the right thing. Please, Slava, call me Galen.
Alright. Thank you, Galen. Listen, there's one more thing I need to tell you before you go.
And that is? I thought so. What is it, Slava?
Here, take this. I wrote it down. My compact.
Good. That was the strategy we were thinking about. Whoa. What is this? A book. I like how they separate, like, woof. Like the book just expanded between the two of them.
Mm-hmm. Lev's diary, the most recent one. He put all his clues and hypotheses in it. He kept it hidden from me, but I've always known he had it. If you want to know why I'm so worried, it's because of this. He would never willingly leave it behind. It's his most precious possession. Frankly, it's his only possession.
Alright, so that's what tipped her off that something was wrong.
Okay, there we go.
Yet he left it. And this has never happened before.
I know you truly want to help me, so you deserve the truth. I took it from his bag and hid it the night he disappeared. Well, okay.
I wonder if, yeah, Lev, I wonder if he wasn't actually crazy and maybe that was his role. And yeah, this is the Game of Thrones sounding part.
Yeah.
It's so Game of Thrones. And he was like trying to warn us in his own way, but maybe he couldn't really come out and say it for whatever reason. I don't know.
I had a terrible feeling about him leaving that night. I thought he would come back for it. But he never did.
Ah, interesting. The diary is protected. Really?
Yes, it's locked. I don't know where the key is. My guess is that Lev has it.
Well, that would make sense. Oh, wait. No, I don't mean the physical lock, although having the key would certainly help.
I just hope it'll help you find my husband before something terrible happens. I have the worst suspicions.
Yeah. I wonder, is it like a magic spell that's used to lock the diary, or does he mean it's like coded in some way?
I don't know. Something bad is happening in this city.
Well, yes, thank you. Kinda noticed.
Oh my god, no!
What the hell? Oh no!
No!
Not Constance!
I love her!
Spirits!
Constance, what happened?
Yeah, if she spoke too much, that's what happened.
Dr. Galen, I need your help.
You might need more than our help.
Oh no! Oh,
no! Whoa! I kind of like his pose. He's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
She fainted. Well, that's a shame.
It's more than a shame. That's terrible. My heart.
Your favorite character.
I know.
At first, I had no idea where I was. The doctor told me I spent the last 2 weeks in bed, feverish and weak. Are we changing perspective?
I don't.
He said I almost died. I think we might be.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that.
So maybe this is the girl that in the beginning that we were at first.
Yeah. I forgot her name already, but we'll get to it soon enough, I guess.
Something with a Y. Okay, so it took me a while, but eventually memories flooded my mind, struggling with the blizzard, trying to traverse the icy desert, the biting frost, and the warmth and sleepiness that followed.
Oh, that's right. Now that it's the girl, you kind of get to read it. That's fun for me.
By some bizarre coincidence, I was found by the last sleigh caravan en route to the city. The fact that I was carrying a skilled healer bordered on the impossible, but what matters is that I survived and reached my destination.
What's cool is now I get to read chat. So yeah, something certainly happened indeed right there.
When I was finally strong enough to get out of bed, I learned two things. First, the doctor was very inquisitive, and second, he was very busy. It seemed that, despite the dead season, the city teemed with schemers.
Yeah, that's definitely the word I would use for most of these people. Well, some of them are just pawns, overall.
And since I had a few secrets of my own, I had to be cautious.
You can't tell me that they didn't listen to the Game of Thrones theme when they were, writing this music here. Alright, here we go. Yanni. Oh yeah, it was the caravan driver that had the odd name I couldn't say. That's what it was.
What? Where am I? A simple bed, a desk, some wooden panels. If this was the afterlife, I'd be very disappointed.
It's a nice looking place nonetheless, though.
I guess this means I managed to reach the city. I thought I was a goner.
Hold
Merciful
it.
chances, this hurts. Frostbite? The next time the Chancellor asks me to reach a destination no matter the cost, I'll have a different answer for her. I'd like to see her move her tush through a frozen wasteland.
She's not having any of that anymore.
If she were missing a piece or two by the end, it would be an improvement. But as long as I'm here, I should get to work. Oddly enough, this place doesn't look as if it's in dire need.
Yeah, we're not really sure where she came from. Did she mention the beginning?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
But she said the others put this here. And no, she's originally from here, right? She
Was
might
she?
be one of like the original tribe people.
I think it was the caravan driver that said they originally were from here.
No,
Was
she
too?
did say that, but in the
well,
the very beginning,
okay.
she had said like it had been a while, like the others built the dome or something, like as if she had known about it before. I don't know. That makes it seem like she might be, but I don't know. But I guess if it did, it would be too late. Someone's coming. This is an opportunity to eavesdrop and see what's been happening. I need to know as much as possible. Though eavesdropping isn't the best first impression for the person who probably saved my life.
Probably not. It's just gonna be us.
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess we know that we're trustworthy. Or as far as we know, we're trustworthy as the doctor. So, yeah, we'll greet him, right? Oh no, that's right. We have to leave it to chat to decide. I almost forgot. I almost took it upon myself there. What do you think, guys? Do we eavesdrop and see if he drops any juicy gossip, or should we just greet him the proper way? I wonder what a proper greeting is around here, because remember Constance wanted to do a formal introduction to people? Or just, we'll just do it on our own. I don't know. I mean, I trust the doctor, but I'm kind of curious to see if he has anything to say.
Well, we don't know if he might be talking to someone else at this point, and we
It
might
could
get
be.
some information.
I remember there was one point where they were in the room together, and he was having a conversation with someone else.
Lev, and she had to leave.
That's right. Greet him, because
What
what
could
could go
go
wrong? Greet, yes. Looks like Greet's gonna be the winner. I'll give it 5 more seconds, but that's the one I was leaning towards anyway. My first impression.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, eavesdrop. It might come balancing back towards eavesdrop. I don't know. Give it 5 more seconds. See if anyone else votes real quick. Otherwise, gonna stick with greet. All right, it looks like greet it is.
Good
Yeah, it
morning.
is him.
Are you the one I should be grateful towards?
Well, I suppose.
Look
You're
at us.
finally awake. He's so joyous. Hey! Yes, by all means, be grateful to me. Flowers and an old brew from wherever you're from will do.
Funny you should say that. That's exactly what I chose to carry with me through that blizzard. So you're the hero.
Hey, you could have been transporting anything. Sometimes. I'm the doctor who treated you. Please, call me Galen. I'm dying to finally know the name of my patient.
My name is Yanni. How long was I out?
Almost for 2 weeks. Now that's no reason to look so sad. You're extremely lucky to be alive.
Yes, thank you for that.
It's not me you should be thanking, actually. Our caravan pilot spotted you in the snow almost a day's journey from the gates. Yeah, he was kind of like hallucinating himself back then. Thought he was seeing someone that wasn't there. Wearing masking colors was not one of your best ideas. You're kind of wearing the same thing. Oh no, she was wearing something at the time that was different, I think.
She was wearing like the brown.
But I think it was to try to keep her warm, mostly. Although traveling on foot through a frozen desert easily takes the cake. What in the spirits were you trying to do?
I was traveling with what was supposed to be the last caravan. About halfway there, the pilot decided true winter came earlier than expected and decided to turn back.
I hate when winter comes early. And you stayed behind during a raging blizzard? What was so important that you decided to gamble your life for?
A well-paying job repairing the city, if such a need arises. What you do for the people here, I am supposed to do for the city.
You're telling me you risk your life to become a janitor? That's very unusual, assuming you're telling me the truth.
I prefer the term technician, if you don't mind. And sure, it might seem strange to risk one's life for a job.
Yeah, our character's always naturally suspicious and throwing out accusations, even when we're not playing as him. I mean, I guess he just has to do it.
But can you imagine what would happen if the city failed to function while it's cut off from the rest of the world by true winter?
Probably not good things. We'd all make fine interior decorations. But why would you imagine such a scenario? Do you have a reason to believe the city's in danger?
Oh no, at least I hope it isn't. I simply wanted to show you how important a janitor's job can be.
Yeah, I guess this is before he covered all the stuff that happened that just played out before us.
Yeah. Same with doctors, really. You don't need them most of the time, but you'll surely agree it's good to have one around when you break a leg.
Good point. I guess the imaginary worst-case scenario really is important. Alright, you don't have to tell me anything, my evasive friend. And just turn your back on me like that, fine. There's not much to do here. We'll have many long evenings to chat about every— Hey! Don't touch that!
I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty and this tea smells so nice. I thought...
The herbs I healed you with can make your mouth a bit dry. Just drink plenty of water. And please don't touch these vials. They're dangerous. Yeah,
You
just
said
don't
that before.
Just don't drink from anything without even thinking about it. You don't know what can be in it. In untrained hands, these herbs and their juices can do more harm than good. I'm beginning to suspect you do have a death wish.
I'm suicidal because you can't keep your place clear of deadly traps?
Well, it is supposed to be a doctor's office. You haven't told me anything about yourself, so I have to go off of what I can observe. Right now, the only thing I know about you is the state of your frostbite. It's fine, by the way. I have to say, I'm impressed. You seem to have recuperated completely. I'm happy to say my work here is done, and I do such fine work indeed.
I'm glad to hear that, Doctor. I'm very eager to get back to normal life.
I have to also mention, every time I kind of do that, I also extend out my arms like he is, in this cheerful manner. You should check your head, though. An attempt to get to the city on foot is close to suicidal, even in the summer. Whatever made you try something so dangerous must have been very, very important. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't curious.
Nice to know someone finds me interesting.
You almost died to get here. If that's not interesting, I don't know what is.
Doctor! Dr. Galen, are you there?
Oh, so this is before she came.
Oh, okay.
What the?
Sounds like an emergency, Doctor. I'd best leave you with your patient.
Alright.
So it wasn't when Lev came. It was when...
Now we know where it came.
Okay. The doctor seemed nice enough, if a bit restless. He stormed out after one of his patients asked him to look for her drunk husband or something, leaving me to myself.
I have to say, I kind of like this, that we're changing perspectives and seeing things from the different characters' point of views.
Yeah,
That's
me
interesting.
too.
Definitely a new thing over Cinders.
At first, I wanted to wait for him to come back, but as hours passed, I realized this wasn't the most productive way to spend my time.
Probably not.
I was feeling surprisingly well, so I decided to stretch my legs and visit the fabled merchant district, especially since there was someone I needed to meet if I was to continue with my mission.
Oh, I hope she didn't get caught up in any of that violence. Uh-oh.